Let's be honest, we all fell for it. The end isn't truly the end after all, but the thought of part 3 isn't out of the possibility. However, the story of Red continues to set up an explosive end that would change the landmark forever. No doubt we have a volume worth left to tell the story of Kaneki and his inner struggle to change. It's a change that he has no choice to make, but at what cost will it toll? The chapter is not the end for a gratifying delivery and the intensity to leave the fans shocked. I know plenty of fans got incredibly irate from the last chapter, and while I do understand, there's one thing that they shouldn't do: jump to conclusion. The chapter has done a 180 in terms of exploiting the character and creates the strong foundation of his overall arc. Therefore, the initial rant and possibly insult to the writer is all for naught and shouldn't happen in the first place. That said, it is not too late to hop back in because it's getting really intense. The humor of Ishida continues to appeal me in more ways than laughing. I don't know why, but there's a meme circulating around about tournament art. This probably has to do with shonen stuff. So Ishida decided to use that notion and mock it with Suzuya versus Kaneki. What's astonishing is how cliche it felt in his environment, including the love interest Toka praying for the man to win. It's abundantly clear that Ishida is mocking it, yet it is entertaining. The best part is what it seems to be a mockery of a fan base with the reaction to Kaneki's defeat. Every line reflects nearly exact word by word. Not since Evangelion, to my knowledge, has used the actual line to mock his fans. The fact Ishida understands it, meaning he's fully aware of his writing and characters, which actually feels reassuring. The question is, what's the point of this? The main objective is to segue to an excellent and dreary monologue. The large portion of the chapter is based around Kaneki's journey and how slowly succumbs to the thought of one thing: break the code. The reflection of Kaneki's life grows unsettling when it begins with what if moments. The first in which is to kill Suzuya when we see them interact for the first time in Red. He thought of many possibilities and he declined in the past, or ones that he should have done. Had Suzuya died there, even though it's ludicrous to do so with the Q Squad and Humby there, the fight wouldn't happen at all. What makes it brilliant is having all different faces of Kaneki in the floor room, showcasing all of them as separate yet same person. You got 240, One Eye King, Black Reaper, Sasaki, and even Shironaki. The memory recaps the life-defining moments, including if he just stood by and not go to a Teku. It's actually sad to see how his life could have differed if he chose differently. His life is nothing but tough choices, and he feels that he always picked the wrong one. The Black Reaper is ruthless, but truthful about life, because the real moral that Kaneki can't seem to accept is one simple thing: it's done. Kaneki is stuck on the mind of multiple paths and regrets to choose from. He also reflects that Kaneki should have placed blame on someone else for his fault, which actually is on Shirazu's death. Interesting to point that out, since Uri is part of the fault as well, but he felt that he is still responsible for his loss. It becomes very distressing because multiple Kaneki can't seem to have an agreement about life itself. Was it worth to take the path? Should you regret it? Should you hate yourself for choosing the wrong path? It has been Kaneki's character for a long time. It has gotten to the point that each mindset opposes everyone else. It leaves a feeling of identity crisis that he suffered for a long time. However, there's one part that they all agreed on that places them together as one person: his love for Toka. While it's amusing for him to wish to go back and make sure the baby is given a nice name, it is sincere that Toka is the one person that they can see themselves moving forward. It slowly shifts to dark and somewhat nerve-wracking atmosphere because the wall for Kaneki is about to break. That wall reads, "Thou shalt now kill." It illustrated that every breaking point of his life has changed his view, and many of which has not ended him. The one aspect that never changes is to move forward. like a centipede. The moment he takes a bite out of Hajime and kill him, Kaneki's hands is completely tainted with blood from a ghoul and now human. His code to never kill a human or eat one is completely vanished. There is no point of return. I was highly satisfied for Hajime to die in that brutal way. It's the karma he deserved for killing those kids, so now he can rot in hell for all I care. The way he died has an ironic vision since he killed Fuka just like that. Everything came biting back hard. Yes, all puns intended. The spree of killing Ogai is crazy. It's done for the sake of meeting Toka, as he constantly repeats her name in his mind. She is the only driving force that he has left. In the future, when it's all things considered, it's no wonder the past chapters with his love life has been highlighted significantly. She is the only one he got that means everything. In a way, you can't say he has gone lost for the idea of keeping hope, and to do that, he destroyed his belief. It is possible that Toka could be saved for the next chapter because she didn't appear here. I can't help but think there's a possibility that we didn't see her because Ishida could use this opportunity to test us audience. I'm wondering if Kaneki will see her alive or dead. Again, it could be just this odd feeling of mine, but if we don't see her in the next, I will gradually grow uncomfortable. What shocked me a lot, although others do as well, is the revelation of Dragon. It's confirmed that Dragon is in fact Kaneki. It's not about who is it, rather how it came to be. And it was always in front of us with all of those subtle hints. Furuta is one clever bastard from the moment him and Kaneki confronted each other back in chapter 101. Now, that chapter has become the most prominent moment of their war. It wasn't all talk for him to showcase how lunatic he is. It's essential to the whole plot. Every word he said has truly meant. Keep in mind, he has to go through tons of crap to make it possible, from becoming bureau chief to activating Dragon. Rize did make children, but through experiments, much like Kaneki, they're called Ogai. They would eventually play with Kaneki, and that they did. Kaneki should be the one to take all the blame and disappear for the sake of Tokyo. Dragon can make it so. Uniting human and ghouls can't be possible if he's against everyone. On top of that, Furuta purposely have Ogai to surround Kaneki for easy nourishment in order for his RC cells to go insane. It's highly evident when he purposely gave them the order to capture, which left them confused and dumbstruck by Kaneki's slaughterhouse. Oh my god! The worst part is that he was going to win one way or another. If Kaneki just died there, he wins. If Kaneki consumes enough to become Dragon, he wins. The difference is what type of win he wants, and there's no doubt the latter. It's like winning in a game. Would you prefer to win by forfeit or win by skills? It's not like it was guaranteed, since he was still careful, and hopefully for him, it goes all accordingly. It did. Once Kaneki shows up alone, he knew he would win. It's a total victory once Kaneki became the dragon he has been raising. I don't even know if he dies here, but whatever it takes to feed him. In short, the good news is Kaneki is back. The bad news is Kaneki is back. The visual is very solid, and the monologue discussion scene is very compelling. The different look of Kaneki stands out from each other, but still the same person in the end. The atmosphere gets chilly when a scribbly look of Kaneki is saddened to not able to see Toka. Is the embodiment of all Kaneki, like purity. The display of all old panels of their breaking points is greatly used to capture his character, to hit it once more. Only now, he doesn't care who he kills anymore. While it's satisfying to see him slaughtering everyone, it's illustrated in a disturbing way with them being kids. I get that is the point from Furuta because Kaneki is tainted as a madman. That's just messed up. There was an old theory post that reflected on Kaneki's design back when against Anima. that his Kagane was slowly becoming dragon-like. What a great call! The subtle hints continues to surprise me. It's a huge turnaround from the last chapter, and although I love the last chapter a lot, this one really adds a lot more now. It's time like this, you shouldn't jump to the conclusion until it is truly over. Regardless, this is a hell of a gripping chapter that got me floored with his portrayal of Kaneki and Furuta's master plan coming to life. It's not the end of Red, but it certainly feels like the end of the line. I'm giving this chapter a 10.
Unfriggin' believable.
It's a good thing that it's not the end of Red, because that would seem like it would be rushed. But I do believe we have one more volume to go. Suzuya is in volume 13 cover, so that will only mean that Kaneki should be the last one in the cover, and it should cover like the next 9 chapters or whatever. It could be a little bit less, who knows, but the point is, I do believe we're at the end of the line. What are your thoughts of this chapter? What is exactly Furuta's master plan? Why did he get himself killed if he is dead? I know he wants super peace, whatever he calls it. I could understand he wants human and ghoul to actually work together to fight one common enemy, but it could be more than that. And the way he does it is so messed up because he has killed tons of people for the sake of this. And it's sad because there are many opportunities that Furuta can be stopped, but they never did so. It's kind of like the Dark Knight. If you don't stop the guy, then he's going to continue to cause rampage. If you do stop him, then perhaps it all could have been prevented. I don't know what's Furuta's master plan, but I got the feeling it has to be related to the fact that what happened with the first dragon back in the past. Maybe the area that Ayato is at could be the old Tokyo, and maybe right now he's about to make Tokyo an abandoned place after this uproar event. I don't know. I really don't know. I probably have to think over for a while, but I'm just happy that we're not rushing this conclusion, and I'm happy we got Troll. Yeah, I said that. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.